Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Swarmdustry. It's effectively, well, Swarmdustry Early Access, it's effectively Factorio, but with bugs. How do I do anything? Holy smokes. Access the genetic tree, what am I doing? There was a tutorial previously, but it doesn't seem like I have anything now. So I guess we're just gonna have to figure it out as we go. Okay, tab mode, edit, copy, paste, alt mode. Yeah, the demo for this had like a full tutorial that was pretty handholdy. This one is loose. And maybe that's fine. I just have to figure out how to actually trigger the build. There we go, E, perfect. Okay, so we want to make a bunch of things. I just have to remember how anything works. So I've got miners, I've got fireflies, snatchers, boil chambers, burns fuel to create energy for the swarm, and a depot. Miners deposit raw resources at depots. So let's actually just put a couple of these things onto my bar and figure it out. Okay. Hard to rotate. I think they input here. And then I want to put miners, fireflies, and snatchers for the time being. So snatchers load items in and out of buildings when inputs and outputs are defined using tab mode. Firefly distributes energy to the hive, and the miners just go mine for me. Unfortunately, I think... Okay, they will start doing things. Perfect. So these guys are going to slowly put iron in the depot. So what do I need to make anything? So I'm going to need iron, spore pods, and gear wheels. So if I want to make any of these, spore pods just require spores. Okay, so in that case, I'm actually going to grab two of these guys. We got to figure out where spores are. I'm going to assume they're these things. Yersh. Because I currently don't need any power. All right, we're off to the races. The thing I immediately do like about this game is that it is not forcing me to mess around with iron and coal. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so these guys will slowly deliver things here. And now I can figure out what I'm going to do with the rest. We do need to tear down a bunch of trees because they're going to be in my way, and I think I need the lumber for stuff. It's been a little while. So, might as well address the elephant of the room. Factorio, but bugs. I do recognize that this looks heavily like Factorio. I feel like this style could have been pushed a little bit further, but on the flip side, I mean, literally everybody said the same thing about Doom clones back in the day, to the point where FPSs were not called FPSs, they were called Doom clones. And so, like, it would be remiss of me to fully just, like, hand wave any game just because of a immediate visual similarity and gameplay similarity. This is how things kind of work with iteration. And Factorio's been around for forever, so it's kind of one of those where, like, I'm honestly shocked they haven't had more, you know, very directly inspired games. I'm going to need to make some stuff. Wooden chest is going to be nice. I'm going to need a living forge. Make a couple of them. This is probably going to require power. Creep producer, snatchers, transformers, crafting speed, maybe it doesn't. Okay, it smelts ores, so I'm just going to put it here for now. Let's see if you can smelt without me doing anything. Okay, no, I cannot. In that case, I'm going to need one of these. Just put it here. Snatcher, no. Pair of fireflies. Okay, the boil chamber. Presumably burns wood. Perfect. And then a snatcher. So snatchers... Forget what snatchers do. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. For my power supply. Okay, there we go. Do I put a snatcher? Okay, so fuel goes in there. Oh, so we do need to worry about that. Okay. Loads items in and out of buildings when inputs or outputs are defined using tab mode. I will have to figure that out in a bit. For now, we do need fuel. So it's not that I actually need that power producer. I just need to throw lumber in the furnaces. Hopefully I can grow trees sooner than later, as it is going to make things hopefully a lot easier for me. Question, can I make another living forge? We should. Okay, put that there. Yeah, what are we doing? Probably should fuel both of these. Leave that there. Grab some more trees at the very least. It is a little unfortunate that the game starts and immediately goes straight to nighttime and rain. We had like a little bit of daytime, but it feels like especially for a new save file, you should have at least like, I don't know, 15 minutes of daytime before the weather hits. I know this is like such a minor thing, but it is a little hard to see what's going on. Okay, so we're just gonna go set this up over here as well. The other thing is the developer did send me an email after I'd covered the demo for this saying like, yeah, you know, I'm taking efforts to not to swarmify it harder, you know, to make it seem a lot more swarm themed rather than Factorio, but with bugs. Oh, I can actually just make these things. It just takes an age. Well, I should. Okay. Eventually we'll get conveyor belts. Is there a way that I can fast transfer things? I don't think so. Quick stack buttons are lovely. Question. Grab these, grab that. Tear this up. I'm going to tear both up. I want to try something. Oh, so that's how tab mode works. Okay, that's actually extremely convenient. So effectively, I just have a spare bug that's going to fly around delivering things for me. Stable auto worker distribution. Nope. Okay, so I'm just going to move this right here. Fuel it again, put this stuff in, tab mode. I actually really like this tab mode. That's immediately one of the things that makes this set apart a little bit. Okay, I do think I need to tear this guy up and move him over here. There we go. So hopefully... Not quite sure how tab mode works. Yeah, it says right click to edit. Because it worked flawlessly with this other one. I'll have to double check in a second. For now, I need to go chop some more trees. Because I only have so much power to throw around here. Hopefully we can get something that specifically makes it easier for me to fuel my structures. Because chopping trees is quick, but still takes some effort. I wonder if this is going to have, like, evolution. That'd be sick. Ooh, that's just coal. That's got some options. I was hoping to make some of these nodes infinite, but alas, doesn't look like I have that capacity. Okay, so what else can I make? Logistics. So we have the needle spire. I'm gonna make a depot. Let's see, intermediate. Okay. That might have been too many. There's also iron rods and purple DNA blocks. I got bombs. Oh, this whole area is just pretty wooded. So that gives us something to do. I will say, for a game that, I mean, is following in the footsteps of Factorio, it does a really good job of looking like it. For kind of better and for worse, like, it's actually really impressive how good this looks. From a, like, old-school top-down RTS feel. And, like, I think this is a much smaller team, too, than Factorio. And so, like, I don't know. If it works, it works. Okay, what if I clunk it right... Oop. Okay. There it goes. So maybe I just didn't put it close enough. Okay. One way or another, we've at least got those going. Let's see, did we actually make the thing? No, we did not. Production. I now have one of these. So no stature, buffer capacity, creep reducer, cool. What does a depot do? Miners, oh, that's a depot versus a boil chamber. Oh, no, we know about all of those. Oops. So what next? I guess intermediate, I can just make a bunch of these, yeah? I guess that's my answer. There we go. Control click lets me pull all of the stuff out of them. Okay, genetic tree, blobber. Hive's fury takes form. Living launchers spawn drones carrying feastlings to overwhelm and erode enemy forces. Okay, so that's if combat. Currently, we don't need it. Basic brain and weak heart. Okay, so I guess we just start sequencing both of these. Looks like we're good. Yeah, just keep making each and every one of these. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit before we can actually do too much here. But it's fine. This is what I should be doing. Is, while I'm just sitting around, I should be chopping as many trees as I can. Because we're going to be dealing with major fuel issues for a while. And that's unlikely to get better. I understand the point of using lumber here, but it does kind of feel like power should almost be like raw biomass that we just consume. The hive does not care. Or maybe it does, I don't know. I'm not used to the hive having tastes. Okay, I'm going to turn the music up. It's pretty background to begin with, but... the question here is... and yeah, grab all this. Do I scale up my setup? My main thing is I don't want to be spending all of my time running out to just go chop lumber for these guys. Okay, so we're waiting for the basic brain. Ten seconds for per DNA block. Yeah, made in the genetics chamber. I can't tell if this is running, though. It's my queue. Is it ticking up at all? Or using any of them? It doesn't look like it's moving. Because, yeah, made in genetics chamber, but that's not what I'm looking for. Oh. I probably just need to put one of these down. Okay. So it needs no energy. Working status, no fuel. Oh, I see. I need a needle spire. This is why I need all the wood. Because eventually we can just sell fuel with coal. Can actually make more units. Because, yeah, right now I've been using lumber for fuel, but that's an awful waste. And what I really need is coal to fuel things, because we have a ton of coal anyway. Okay, we have iron chests, but yeah, I just need a power pole. Just gotta wait for the little bugger to get finished. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're doing a research. Okay, and I can put that in. Realistically, maybe I should make a couple of these. Just so I have both of them running. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you can't hand research anything. You need these. That's fine. Okay, so now we've unlocked weak hearts. And I think that's all of it. Oh, no. Movers, miners. Fireflies and snatchers. Because I want to go up here and get coal rolling. Because the sooner I have a consistent source of coal, the sooner I no longer need to chop trees for fuel. Couldn't come at a better time. Okay. Still working on the basic brain. Synthetic skin. Protection evolves. Flexible synthetic flesh grows over vital parts to offer resilient structure and integration between metal and meat. Okay. Also have the molder. Maybe. What I need is the grabber. But I can't afford it yet. Yeah, I guess we just wait. How are these doing? A little slow. Let's go over here. Grab what I can of this. And yeah, put them in. Does feel like this is a slower start, but I'm also maybe not the most efficient person here. Okay, so that's going to get us mechanization. So we've got the basic brain. What do I need for that? More spore pods. So in that case, maybe we get a bunch of depots. I wonder what the efficiency is for these. I guess it doesn't matter. The miners 100% will actually move to distribute themselves. So I didn't even need to think about it. Okay, we need that iron. Have no coal. Wee. That's okay. I got 40. That should get me going. Okay, move the rest over. Eventually we can purify these better. Okay. What's the most valuable thing for me to do here? No. Those two? That's intermediate production. Make a couple living forges. Okay. Guess let's go make... Can I make more miners? No. Need more iron. I have iron now. That's a bunch of them. Move this one here. Because I think the miners will... Yeah, they'll shift to distribute themselves. I'm not entirely sure how the distribution works. I want to say it's something like 4-2. A node. No? Looks like it's just 2. Okay, perfect. I do like that. I like the fact that I have miner drones that are just doing my work for me. Okay, so what I need, I want to get more weak hearts. Spore pots. Oh, right, I was supposed to grab coal and I'm up there. Oops. And yeah, having those all together is going to be extremely handy. Eventually. Right. I needed to just put a bunch of coal in here. Perfect. And I think I'll do the same thing here. We do have another snatcher. Hmm. Yeah, I wish it was clear by some of these. Unless I have to set the command first, I have no idea. Either that or they just needed to be filled. Or because it doesn't need to be emptied? I have no idea. Okay. So what's this do? Nerve stretch wider, which is tempting, but I think we're going to want this. Followed by the grabber. I don't know about logistics. Okay, it looks like I can only queue up three things per turn? 3 things per cycle, or 3 things at a time? There we go. Okay, so maybe it's just one of those that this needs to fill up some more. Oh. No valid input. Okay, I see. I'm just gonna need a lot more snatchers. I think they'll still distribute, but I gotta work on that. Okay, grab those. So I'm gonna need more of the biomass, but that's fine. I do really appreciate that I've got primitive drones. Firefly snatchers. We're just gonna make a bunch of them. Make my life easy. Oh. That's how that works. Okay, now I need coal. I've figured it out. Yeah, so there's a bracket, an arrow, and then both. Well, and that's like 300 coal. That should last me for a while. How are these doing? Okay, a little low. Well, I said it should last me a while. What I really mean is it'll last me like 10 minutes. Okay, so far so good. Next order of business. Let's get another depot over here. These. Oh. But we can refine coal. Actually seems worth it. No. Okay, let's go grab the other stuff. Yeah, I like how this is working. It is slower than Factorio, at least at the start. Oh. I see. That's the issue. Okay. So in that case, let's go back up here, production. We need a bunch of living forges. Those there. Okay. So hopefully this will both fuel and fill. Yeah. Because we want to make refined coal. Because it burns much slower than wood. Wood, yeah. Four times faster than, or 4 times slower than wood. Okay, I actually really like this system. I think having the little snatcher bugs to do deliveries for me is huge. I'll have to figure these things out later. Okay, so we want a primitive processor. We want a couple of them. How are these doing? Probably just drop them off. Gonna need more. But at least this gives me a little bit. Okay. Are you low on fuel? It's very rare that I actually make the refined coal in these games. I usually don't bother with multi-layered production. Okay. Put that there, 71. Oh yeah, that's going to last a while. How are these doing? Yeah, we've got enough. We can probably get one more of these. Okay, there we go. So now what? So we've got the hatchery. But I've got to make living tissue. Or, sorry, synthetic skin. And I don't see that as something that I can just make. So that might be a primitive processor deal. Iron rod, gear wheel, no. Oh, you know what? We haven't researched it yet. Okay, well that's fine. So what do we want to have this make? Do I want to start having it make swarm trails? No, that takes like almost no time. We don't need those. Could have it make a bunch of basic brains. But even then, I don't know. Easy enough for me to make myself. I think I'm just going to tear that up and wait. Okay, trail buffers. Movers resurface at trail buffers. Okay. Grab those. Problem is, I don't think we have much for storage. At least not conventionally. I'm just hoping we get a better version of the miners that last. Okay, grabbers are working. I guess production, intermediate. More genetics chambers? I mean, when in doubt. Gotta set that before I can figure it out. Okay, do we have enough power? Stored energy is good. Yeah, so we're storing nothing. Interesting. So why is this saying no energy? Well, I mean, I guess we can just make a couple more fireflies. Run over here, though. Pretty sure these are, yeah, filling up. Okay, work on those. So I have the grabber arm, so I can take things on and off. Yes, what is your issue? Okay, it's kind of getting enough power. Just not quite enough. Okay, just put the rest in? Yeah. Because ideally we get these all synced up. And full. Because by all estimations, they should be generating plenty of power. Because I only have 4 of these. They're only using 14. I don't know. Maybe I just need some power storage. Logistics, iron forge. I'm going to need the red science. I haven't actually figured out how to do that yet. Might be the molders. Because, yeah, red DNA blocks, but I haven't spotted... Oh, it's this up here. A small worker bay. Summative tasks in the localized area. And then that one will have a harder combination, but give me what I'm looking for. Okay. What's your issue? Okay, there we go. I think we just need another mining machine. Because I think we just don't have enough. Though that's still going to take a little while. Okay, can I make this synthetic skin? I can. Perfect. So all we need is like a hatchery. Okay, while we're here... Though I think that's 75. Oof. But yeah, making it so my fireflies can carry a little bit more. Probably a good thing. Make a boil chamber. Then I think I'm just going to let it run for a bit while I make stuff. Okay. So now that I've left the game running for a little bit, hopefully we have a little bit more materials. And we've run out of stuff, but that's okay. That's a bunch of spore pods. Yeah, unfortunately, this is definitely making me work for the early game. The demo had me skip ahead, which I was originally kind of like, you sure? But I think it's actually a good idea. Just due to that. Oh, you know what? I probably had a fair bit of refined coal sitting around, didn't I? Yeah, just in terms of giving players the ability to well, actually see as much as possible in a short period of time. Demos are funky. Okay. Keep pressing tab for reasons. You know what? We might as well actually just stock these up. Because I can go toss the fresh coal, the basic coal, into the furnaces up ahead and probably have that have a better effect. Okay. Because I'm wasting resources if I don't. Let's leave that there. You know what? I'll take half. Because I might as well do that over here. More refined coal. And yeah, I can scale that up later. I was really hoping I could set infinite nodes here, even though this is like huge. I'm just I don't know. I'm very much one of those people that doesn't like messing around with depleting resources. I'd rather focus on making the best factory possible rather than... Let's see. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, making the best factory possible rather than dealing with depleting resources. But it's fine. Okay, so what's your issue? Iron. 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 So the one thing that is going to bother me a little bit, you can't walk through a lot of buildings. Some you can. Some you can't. So labs you can't. Okay, I think maybe it's just going to bother me on that one. It isn't a big deal. Okay. So now we're doing logistics. What is the molder? Molds larva. Oh, into units. Well, do we even get the ability to make a hatchery? I did. I have one. See what I can even do with this. Larva. Okay. Just needs energy. Okay. We've got plenty of refined coal. We just gotta run a little bit more. Down from up here. Oh yeah, because that stacks up real quick. I'll leave that there. And leave that there. I'm just gonna let them run. They'll hoover up power and then hit all of the different towers. I'm too far away. There we go. Yeah, because we just want to make sure that they hit these needle spires. That's a cute animation of them just kind of wiggling back and forth as they're transferring power around. Yeah, working status, no energy. Oh, because, right, we're currently working on the Firefly power count. Some of these need more than I've got. Because this one's completely out. Well, it'll be worth it. It's just slow going. You should probably actually start setting up a research array and some other things. And start sending resources down the line, but everything's pricey as heck. Dang, there's a lot of spore pods, though. Okay. Let's see. Well, we did get another depot. Okay, those are going. It's your issue. Just not enough iron going into the system. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better of a distribution. Do we want to get another one of these depots? I think so. Yeah, we might as well just make kind of a bunch of them. Okay, tab. These two. That one. I can at least put a couple of these in here. They'll start moving things around. And hopefully give me more refined coal. Because I'm going to need to burn a lot to get, like, anything done. So now that I've done that, units, I think we want to start making some movers. How's this thing doing? Still going, but it is getting there. So what other research can I do? Let's see, minor carry amount. That's kind of nice. But I think mostly we want to get the light, then the worker bay, then the red DNA block. Because I'm going to want movers. Have to move some of these around. Just a matter of where. Do we even know how to make, like, bridges or underground conveyor belts or anything like that? It was logistics. Then we have logistics code for routing. We don't want that exactly. Crafting modules. Is it this? Gold components? No. Yeah, we have better movers, but that's going to require a different type of science. So whatever it is must be lower. Okay, that's trains. Huh. Your refined molder. The worker bay. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. Well, do we want to rip these apart? Let's just take everything out of them until they run out of things that they can do. And then we'll move them around. So once they stop lighting up, they're no longer active. Well, let's figure out this whole big bad bug transportation network thing. I'm gonna need, yeah, a bunch of grabbers. Okay, mix a bunch of those. Have the grabbers. I'm gonna need power for this. Okay, so we're going to need a bunch of needle spires. And I think there's an upgrade that specifically increases these things like AoE and general range. But, That's going to take a bit. Am I low on iron? Iron. Dang, these are still going. Oh, because they had a number of the DNA blocks still in them. Ah, there we go. And at some point, I'm definitely going to want to, like, manage these. Okay, it's here. Let's see. Where did I put the labs? Okay, grab the 2 remaining ones. Oops. Picked up a firefly. Now, the one problem is this is much further. And so my fireflies aren't going to be able to reach that. So we might actually want to put another boil chamber over there. Line these up in the correct spot this time. Yeah, unfortunately, not the cheapest. Oops. You only need these as kind of the starting paths. There we go. Get a mover. A single mover. Ouch. Okay. There's 21. That's good enough. Okay. Back to logistics. Another set of grabbers. Okay, so that's enough, sort of. I guess I might as well just dump all of my fireflies. Because baseline, they're going to need to go out and do things anyway. Ooh, we're running out of coal. Faster than I thought. Hopefully at some point we can get like electrified creep that transfers power without the need of fireflies. But currently doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. Oh, I need lumber. Yeah, the power towers are not the cheapest. Yeah, I apologize that I haven't gotten nearly as far as I did in my demo coverage, but in the demo I did get like a huge leap forward, courtesy of the developer. But I don't honestly understand why, and I'm glad that that did not happen here. It's nice being able to build everything from kind of absolute scratch, and also just I've learned so much more about like how things work in a more natural sense. Rather than being like, here you go, I've thrown you to the wolves. What? Let's just grab sufficient lumber to make as many power towers as I need. Okay, that should be good enough. That looks pretty good. Okay. And despite everything, the fireflies did actually power these. I guess the thing is, they don't need to revisit these locations. Necessarily. However, we do need to chuck fuel in here. Otherwise, things go badly for me. Let's go back to units. Make another 5 fireflies. And... oh, that's a lot. It's iron. It's always iron. I'm just gonna make another boil chamber over here. Oh, I see. Still making it. Okay. Yeah, make the boil chamber. Then we can at least have... ooh, yeah, they animate. They animate really cool, too. Okay, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm, like, I think more okay with this as a, like, Factorio but bugs, is that, sheerly on an aesthetic level, this is extremely good. And I'm looking forward to getting more buggy. Like, I know it's supposed to be a fusion of machine and alien creature. I still kind of wish some of the more basic things like the depot started more flesh and became more machine over time. Maybe, probably. Okay, there we go. Now we just need to set all of these to craft the purple DNA. And we're good. So at least now we have kind of an auto science. And the nice part is once these bugs are done, they just warp immediately back. You shoot. Geniuses warp to the nearest starting point. Because this one's closer. Well, that's inconvenient. There is a thing that fixes this. It's this thing. Fortunately, we gotta finish the Firefly carry amount before we can do so. So that's some effort. It's not too bad, but still. Well, here's the thing. Ben Grimm, sorry. Anytime I say that, I immediately think of Fantastic Four, and it's bad. I don't actually need to sit around for this. I can actually just leave us here. I recognize we have barely done anything, but it's Factorio with extra steps, extra weirdness, but also a really nice buggy flavor that I really like. I think the one thing that I will still complain about, and hopefully this is something that gets added later, considering how many of these needle spires require wood, I really wish that was something I could make. That I could actually grow trees off of the spires. And if that's not in the game, I want it to be in the game, because I don't want to say that this should be like the complete opposite reversal of Factorio, but I think it would be so much more satisfying if you started in like a toxic waste dump surrounded by like metal and other junk. Like, you don't have these nodes. You have to uncover them. In the beginning, it's all just scrap and garbage and toxic waste pools, and you're just some like shitty grubling that needs to work your way up to cleaning your planet after the Factorio asshole has come, wrecked your planet, and then potentially left, or they're still there and you have to go wreck their base. Because I think that would be a much more like immediately powerful and engaging setup. Not to say that this is specifically less. It just no, we want to get this done, then we want to get this done, then we want to go for the minor carry amount. But I think it would feel much more like immersive. Is it ludonarrative dissonance, kind of, sort of, or narrative cohesion, where effectively I'm looking for something that has this like sense of, I want to say grandness, organization, something. Okay. Since I'm so low on iron, let's fix that. I should actually check how fast each of these produce. But it's fine. I guess just right now, this feels too much like Factorio. And I don't mind it actually being super clearly, like, inspired by. It's that the actual, like, core of how you play is very Factorio right from the jump. And that... I think I just need to make another depot. Make a couple more of these. No, I can't. Well, it's fine. That you start in the middle of nowhere, you build your industry up from nothing. Kind of rinse, repeat. That's not bad, it's just... I quite literally have been here and done this before. And so while it does differentiate because of the theming and the aesthetic and how a lot of these resource chains work, I mean, I just love the fact that the miners work entirely autonomously. Like, we still have to fuel all of my things with coal. That's slightly annoying, but okay, we finished the small worker bay, which is good because I need them badly. That's a logistics thing. Unfortunately, I think it requires a stupid amount of iron, so make at least one more. Let's just put it here. So now, oh, does this have to be on creep? No. Oh. Confusing. Okay. Worker. Mover. We want to have 5. There we go. Put one over here. There we go. So no matter what, 5 of them will always return back to this spot. So don't need to worry about it. We would do the same thing over here. And like, I do like this. I think this has some really interesting ideas. Okay, mover. We also want at least 5. And that way these lines will always have one of the movers going back to them. What is it going to say about anything? I mean, it's mostly just the... I don't mind this being inspired heavily by Factorio. I just wish that the format was more in response to it than just kind of mirroring it. Because once again, I think it would be really cool if the game effectively, before it even loads the map for the first time, it plays a whole game of Factorio. And like, we do have bases over here. You know what? Let's go take a look at them. I'm going to get shot, but I at least can take a look at what it does and has. But like, it would be really cool if the game effectively played a game of Factorio, generated a map that looks like a Factorio map, you know, conveyor belts everywhere, factories. You know, they don't actually have to do anything. Because the problem is this is just like a bunch of brutes and blaster spawners. Like, they're combat towers and stuff, but like, I think it would feel so much more powerful if you spawned in the middle of like, the dump, in the middle of somebody's like, end game Factorio base, and your entire goal is to grow, scavenge, devour, and ultimately fix your planet. And then maybe go after the humans who did this to your planet, because they deserve it, right? I don't know. Like, it feels like there's a lot of things within that you could do. And I recognize that this is a very ambitious game made by a smaller team. I will happily play more of this game because I love factory automation sims. And it does enough that is different from Factorio. It just feels like it could set itself apart just a little bit more and feel that much more interesting and thematic as a result. Did I never actually fuel these? I don't think I did. Or did? Oh, you know what? I just haven't put more snatchers down. There we go. That solves the problem. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Because we always want like 1.5. I don't know. I don't know the exact distribution here to make these as full. Oh, this is actually super full. This one's not. Does this just not have a snatcher attached? Might have just never had a snatcher attached. That would explain some things. All right. Well, one way or another, I think this is a good stopping point, at least for now. We've got the basis of the basis of a fully automated base. We're not really making anything of note. We should. Like, I should probably actually figure out how to do a splitter at some point, so that I can do let's see, so I can get like conveyor belts being built automatically. There's a lot of things I need to do, but I think we're going to need red science for it and just a lot of other stuff. So for now, at least, I guess I might as well say that Swarmdustry is available now on Steam, so if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, it's either now or in like a day or two. It's out on the 20th. So if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. This very much, I would say, is a factory automation sim for people who want more factory automation sims, but with a different flavor. Like, once again, you're not just some grunt tearing up a world for some faceless corporation that, you know, wants you to go mine fancy space rocks. And, like, on a personal level, I actually really like that. I'm tired of that as a setting. It's kind of boring. And so having something that is, well, your alien bugs, that does actually go a long way thematically and makes me want to see where it goes. But I guess all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.